Welcome to another 1010 Wins Neighborhood Spotlight. My name is Rob Walsh, the former commissioner of the New York City Department of Small Business Services and now part of the team at 1010 Wins. You can hear my segment, The Bottom Line for Small Business, every Monday and Friday. Through our Neighborhood Spotlight, we have taken a journey throughout this city, seeing the creativity at Kaufman Film Studios in Astoria, to the rebirth of Lower Manhattan, to the high energy at Dumbo and the mom and pop shops in Park Slope, and now to the North Shore of Staten Island with a neighborhood spotlight on the downtown district. For more than 55 years, 1010 Wins has taken great pride in being the station New Yorkers turn to for news. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world, being there 24/7 to share and celebrate the excitement offer, and also being there for this city to lend a helping hand during times of need. During the pandemic, 1010 Wins launched the campaign, I Believe in New York, to highlight those New Yorkers who have gone above and beyond to lift others in need. And I'm sure today you'll hear more about that message, lifting those in need in this great place of Staten Island. It's now my privilege to recognize Dime Community Bank and CEO Kevin O'Connor. They have been an outstanding partner of 1010 Wins to help small businesses, especially during turbulent times.
When you need digital technology as smart as your ideas, we've got your bank. When you need a partner that works hard for your success, we've got your bank. When you need the technology to power your business around the clock and across the country, we've got your bank. The new Dime is New York's premier bank for business. From Montauk to Manhattan, you can depend on Dime Community Bank for the digital solutions to manage your money in seconds and a team that puts your business first. Visit dime.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're excited to see the continued growth of Dime Community Bank with a much larger footprint in our city, and we are grateful for their support of the Small Business Challenge and the Neighborhood Spotlight. Now it's time to recognize a number of community heroes who have gone above and beyond for Staten Island. Our first award winners are Luann Sorrentino and Doreen Cugno. They lead the beautiful 94-year-old St. George Theater, having renovated it in 2004, bringing it to life with a variety of educational programs, film shoots, concerts, children's shows, and touring Broadway companies. Let's put our hands together for Luann and Doreen. Welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And, it takes a village. So we're so grateful to our amazing staff and board of directors led by Brian Leyline. The community since day one has really been so supportive of the growth of our organization, and our elected officials support all our multi-million-dollar restoration projects. We're so indebted to them.
And people always commend us on putting on a great show and the wonderful talent that we bring in. But what we're most proud of is our outreach programs and our educational series. Every summer, our favorite program is to teach 75 to 80 children that come from socially and economically challenged homes all about theater, all about dance. That's where we make the most impact.
People still remember that the St. George Theater was a white elephant in 2004. And Hyatt Street was a ghost town. Well, we've changed that. We're back in business. We're a thriving 1,900-seat venue. So please come visit us. Come see a show. And thank you all for this honor. And congratulations to Bobby and Linda, their family, our fellow community heroes. Thank you all. And thank you, 1010 Wins.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Doreen and Luann. And if you've not been to the St. George Theater, what are you waiting for? These women are terrific and great community builders. Thank you and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Our next honoree, the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce. Linda Barron, her staff, her board have been tireless champions of small businesses and larger ones. The Chamber has worked extremely hard over the last 2 years, connecting businesses to capital access. It hasn't been easy, but this organization does not shy away from a tough task. Congratulations to the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce and to my good friend, Linda Barron.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks so much for this honor. Really appreciate you highlighting the neighborhood of downtown Staten Island. Congratulations to the girls at the St. George Theater and Bobby Digi as well. Chamber is, really proud to be here. We work tirelessly every day. The last 2 years have been a roller coaster for local small businesses, and they need the help of organizations like ours and the other chambers in the city. We work, to get them the answers that they needed, whether it was preparing, their business for closures and preparing them with PPE, and then really just trying to help them survive through the grant and loan programs and marketing assistance and all the different things that the businesses need to survive. But we're proud of our work. We've worked really very hard in downtown Staten Island as well in bid formation. We're almost there. We were right before the pandemic. That's something we're proud of. And lastly, I just want to acknowledge a relationship we have with the other 5 chambers. It's called the Small Business Resource Network. And we were fortunate enough to get funded by the Peterson Foundation to a collaboration with the Partnership for New York City the past year and a half to really help with our pandemic recovery efforts. And that funding has allowed us to expand our efforts over the past 2 years, to expand staff and really get more boots on the ground to help local small businesses. So if you're in need of help, I encourage you to call the chamber. Again, we're very proud of our work in our community. A thriving business corridor, thriving business island is really what we work for every single day.
Congratulations, Linda. And on a personal note, I have to say it's been a real honor working with you. You've been a real inspiration for Staten Island and for this city. It's just amazing. I look forward to many more years working with you.
Thank you. Same here.
All right. Thank you. Our next honoree is Bobby Digi, a community organizer and entrepreneur who has immersed himself in a wide array of causes that have brought arts and cultural venues to Staten Island. He's created opportunities for many youth programs. He's worked to reduce gun violence. He's assisted small businesses during difficult times. Congratulations, Bobby Digi.
Thank you so much, Rob. It's a real honor to be recognized for what you do, because you're blessed to be in a position to do so. Congratulations to my sisters, who I love dearly at the St. George Theater. I'm so proud of them. Thank you, Linda. It's just been a pleasure over the years collaborating with you in the trenches. I want to thank my brother Sam and the Anjulis, to who we owe a great debt at O'Henry's Public House. Everyone knows what restaurants have been through, and without them, we wouldn't even be open today. It's an honor to be here, to be recognized for the work that I do in the community. The restaurant O'Henry's Public House, we've continued to push through. It's been a very difficult year. And also at the Canvas Institute, where I do a lot of my community work, helping young folks currently in schools now, helping to reduce violence in school and in the community, reducing gun violence. I've dedicated my life to this work because, having grown up in the North Shore in 2 of the toughest neighborhoods, I feel blessed, and I feel really like the work that I do is a calling, and it's just appreciation and a passion for being in positions again to help out. A father of 4, and my partner Lori Cumbo, and my son Prince. We continue to do the best we can in the community. Once again, it's an honor, and I take this recognition. And my father, who loved 10-10 wins, I remember as a kid listening to, and it's quite an honor. I can't wait to share this with him. Thank you all.
And we love when we hear about 10-10 wins listeners, and thank you for your commitment. And you have shown that one person can really truly make a difference in a community. And your establishment looks great. I got to come visit.
Please do. I designed it myself along with my partner.
I cannot wait. After a Ferry Hawks game.
I'd love to have you. Yes, of course. Of course.
Okay. Well, thank you. And now we'll be on to our panel discussion. And let me introduce the panelists. Linda Barron will be joining us. She's the president of the Staten Island Chamber, where she has served for more than 35 years. She and her team have worked around the clock to help businesses start, grow, and create jobs. And she's so good at bringing people together. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you. Welcome. Hello.
Sam and Julie, the Chief Operating Officer of the Anjuli Group. He's a true visionary, no doubt. They have been investing and developing properties along the North Shore, bringing in restaurants, the flagship brewery, and other attractions that we'll hear about. At the Minthorn Complex, he has created a very comfortable and authentic place to enjoy. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you so much, Rob. We appreciate you having me, and thank you for the kind words.
Well, terrific. And we look forward to hearing more about what you're up to.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Terrific. And another proud Staten Islander, Gary Perrone, who was recently appointed the general manager and vice president of New York City's new favorite baseball team, the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. Having been a key part of the Coney Island revival, he could teach all of us a master's course on leadership and community development. Gary, welcome.
Well, thank you, Rob, for that beautiful introduction. It's good to be here with Linda and Sam, and congratulations to all the award winners. And this is going to be fun.
You know, before we start the conversation, let's see a really uplifting video.
Staten Island. We are a borough born for baseball, of Little League moments and shots heard around the world. A close-knit community defined by our passion for sports, our commitment to family, and an attitude all our own. From the Green Belt to the harbor, the Verrazano to the ferry, South Shore to North Shore, Mid-Island to the Mount, generations of heroes. We rise up in times of need. Frontline responders always there to help a neighbor. And now, a new superhero arrives on the island. It's time to soar, Staten Island. We are the Ferry Hawks.
Wow. The Ferry Hawks have landed, and they have landed in Staten Island with a great deal of excitement. And I can't wait for the season to get started. Gary, you've been busy getting the stadium in shape, signing new ball players, forging new partnerships. What does this mean for our city? And specifically, what does it mean for the downtown?
I think coming back after 2 years of the ballpark sitting here idle, in revitalizing the ballpark is a key piece that we feel that could really help. We want to drive more people down here. For New York City baseball, this is great because when the other team had went away, that was because of minor league baseball. We have this beautiful stadium sitting here waiting to be utilized again. So with ownership, Mr. Katzmatidis, Eric Shuffler, and Randy Levine, they had a vision of bringing it back. And to do this now down here, the ballpark by the ferry, it's beautiful down here. I know I spent the last 15 years on the other side, but coming back here to do this is really special.
What are some of the new twists you have? Can you share with us about the stadium? A conversation you and I had recently is it's going to be more than baseball.
Well, 100%. Right now, as the field is being done as we speak, the ballpark we're going to look to utilize more than just for baseball. It's going to be utilized for the community, number one. People need to realize that a minor league venue in a community, wherever you are, it's all about the people and the residents in the community. So between graduations, we're going to try to book some concerts as we go along and some festivals. We're going to roll this out as the end of 22, 23 come into play. But bringing baseball back is going to be really cool.
Bringing baseball back, Gary, this is your passion. You and I have talked about this and your connections to the youth, the next generation, instilling that connection to the national pastime. You've been out doing some really special things in Staten Island. Can you talk about those?
Well, one of the things that we talked about, well, first things first, ever since I've been back on Staten Island, I've visited Flagship. I've been to a lot of places. I put on 18 pounds since I've been back to Staten Island. So that's number one. So there is good food, good restaurants, and good drinks. We know that for sure. But along my journey, which we call now Hawk City, in Hawk City, we've been going around to the Little Leagues. And before we could sign our real first player, we had to make an impact. And the impact I always thought of was, let's sign all the kids on Staten Island to be part of the Ferry Hawk, what we call family, to get out there with the kids. So every weekend we go to a Little League to try to help them increase their enrollment, but at the same time to, sign these kids to contracts. If they make it, it'd be great. Happy to be here later on in life, but for the most part, it's a cool little thing for them and to be part of the family from the very beginning.
Well, thank you very much. Linda, Sam, it's hard not to get excited with this guy. And I've seen the work he did in Coney Island, and I'm sure he's bringing that right over to the Verrazano Bridge. But at the same time, around the stadium, we've had some setbacks. There was a lot of expectations around the big wheel. The outlet has had some troubles. What is it going to take? And this is for all of you, starting with Linda, to pull the pieces together, and what should the approach be?
I think there's a number of things that happen. I think there needs to be a commitment from the current administration. I felt like under Mayor Bloomberg, we had started to gain some steam in really revitalizing the area, and things kind of went a little bit to the wayside, and then some of these major projects fell through. We've had a lot of starts and stops in St. George. I think New York City and Company could do more to promote the area. But I also think that for us at the Chamber, really continuing to create a vibrant business corridor, the downtown Staten Island business corridor, the Bay Street corridor. We've been working on that for a number of years, and there's been quite an investment from the local businesses there. And you'll hear from Sam, what he's done at Minhorn Street. We also were selected. We received $10 million from the state Downtown Revitalization Initiative, which is going to infuse some capital into the neighborhood. That's for some larger projects, but we're also going to be able to give out grants along the Bay Street corridor. So I think it's going to be a multitude of things. I think the ballpark is great because not only will they be able to have ball games there, but we'll be able to bring in entertainment and bring the community in different ways. And I think once people come to Staten Island and they see what we have to offer, they want to come back. They just don't know us. So I encourage, I always say, just come see what we have, what we're all about. Look what the St. George Theater has done. They used to be like, they couldn't get anybody in the door. They have tremendous efforts, and now they're packed. They're packed all the time. So there's a lot of great things here. Just people don't know about them.
You already mentioned the Business Improvement District, and that's something near and dear to my heart, having been involved in a few of those. You talk about a $10 million infusion, and if it's done right, that should have a significant impact. And as you mentioned, these different pieces. Sam, your work, quite frankly, reminds me of the work they did in Dumbo. That it was about the arts, it was about the coffee shops, it's about the eateries, it's about creating a special, authentic place. Is that what's needed? More smaller pieces? And maybe Gary would say singles and doubles rather than swinging for the home runs?
I think that's a huge part of the huge piece of the puzzle, Rob. Basically, our company invests in, develop, and manages local projects. And the idea behind Minthorn Street was to reimagine an empty warehouse and activate this section by engaging with local entrepreneurs to open unique businesses for the street. At this point, we've been fortunate enough to have 5 local businesses, Flagship Brewery, which I'm involved in, Flower and Oak, which is an extremely good Italian upscale club style restaurant, if you will. You heard from Bobby Digi earlier, who runs a fantastic, very authentic British pub, a really unique experience. We have a shared workspace called Enrichment, which is like a WeWork style with a little more pizzazz. And then we have another business coming soon, along with a park or a plaza that we activated across the street. So yeah, I think that you hit the nail on the head when you said authentic. I think, bringing these unique, exciting and quality businesses to the community, is very important. And I think it's important to remember what Linda said. A lot of them are already here, and we just need people to know what we have to offer. As far as the Ferry Hawks, we could not be more excited. We love Gary and his team and the people in the group. We love the idea, and we are in the works with many concepts to work in concert with them that we won't give away just today, so stay tuned.
Well, Linda made a point about, it's not just about the private sector, it's also about the public sector and forging partnerships. What needs to happen on the city level to knit all of this together? What are some of the people, now a business improvement district will bring, public safety and marketing and making the area cleaner and safer. But what are some of the other things? If you all had a magic wand and you said, Mayor Adams, this is what needs to happen for the downtown district of Staten Island, what would it be?
I think transportation options, the expansion of the fast ferry to Brooklyn would be phenomenal. I mean, it would bring more people to the St. George area. If they had an easy option to get there, that would be one thing I'd like to see.
Mm-hmm. I kind of agree with you, Linda. We talked about transportation, and one of the biggest things you always hear about is, it takes so long to get from one side of the island to the other side. But one of the things that we're working on currently is with the MTA and getting on the trains. And yesterday I took the train down from the South Shore to the North Shore. It took me 20 minutes, so that was pretty enjoyable. But I agree. The magic wand is pretty much, New York City and company and tourism have got to invest money down here as well, and make other people from the other boroughs understand that, because that's the most important piece.
Yeah, the marketing piece is tough because NYC and Company basically gets a lot of money to market the entire city, including the 5 boroughs. So like my counterparts upstate New York and the different chambers, they get money to market their individual counties, but we don't get that down here. So it's difficult because we get mixed in with the kind of the wider range of things, and there isn't as much of a local, a local push that there could be behind some of those efforts.
I always thought that the ferry and the terminals could be used more creatively, quite frankly. On the Manhattan side, that is where the advertisements should be taking place for those people waiting to go take a picture of Lady Liberty. And to what Sam talked about an authentic place, about coming to visit, a ball game, the theater, the breweries, the restaurants, the cafes, all of these pieces together. And it seems that is not, done. And even on the ferry.
Yeah, and that's been a long-standing problem. I mean, because you can do advertising through ferry ads, but when you work with Department of Transportation, it's very hard even to get like wayfinding signage in the ferry terminal. So, there have been efforts to have a kiosk to provide tourism information, but it's not funded. So they're kind of start and stops to that as well. But it would be great to have a little bit more of a marketing effort at each terminal. I mean, I always equate our terminal. You go in there, there's not much going on. You go to like down to DC and you go to what's this, where you get off Amtrak there, and it's like there's so much going on there, and it's like, why not? We're like at the hub right in New York City. Why don't we have something that's world class?
Let's take one of those bad concessions on the ferry and turn that into an information center. Right? Come get a cup of coffee and also, find out about this place, Staten Island, and miss the next boat. What do you think, guys?
You could do that.
Sounds good to me.
The ferry's a nice ride.
Sam, tell me a little bit more about the complex. You got a number of places. What's next? Let us in on some of the secrets that are taking place.
I'm not sure I have any secrets right now, Rob. Everything I have is mostly just the work I've been doing within the community. You guys mentioned before Business Improvement District. I am actually the chairperson. I have the honor to work with the steering committee. We are in the works of doing our best to bring a formal business improvement district to downtown Staten Island. Obviously, it's been a challenge. The roadblocks we hit with the pandemic have delayed things a little bit, but we are looking to get that back up and running. There are just so many great businesses and great people in the community here. I just hope people give it a chance. So if you're listening, support your local business. It matters.
And the focus of the business improvement district, there's a lot of different things that you're going that you can do with a business improvement district. What's at the top of your list?
So a lot of the work we actually are doing, thanks to the chamber already. We have, there's it's tough to say what's on the top of the list, but we have security, we have increased marketing, cleanliness and maintenance of the streets, just anything that would really help us work as a cohesive unit to unlock the potential of the area for the really great businesses that are already there and for the ones that we'll be expecting in the near future.
Keep it clean, keep it safe, create the environment so places like the complex and what Gary's doing and many of the small businesses can grow. And the key thing is, a lesson learned from what I've seen from Linda and Gary is, broaden the table, put more seats around that table and get people active and engaged.
Yeah, invite the community in. I mean, this is not, these big projects, there's been some pushback from some Staten Islanders. They need to be part of the conversation. They need to, there's got to be a balance. And, everybody wants enjoyable entertainment and things that really contribute to the neighborhood, but we all need to be part of that dialogue. And I think I have to, acknowledge Gary coming back here and really, really opening his arms and bringing in the community. And that's what's going to make that project, successful.
Well, this is great. This has been a great conversation. It went too quick. Yeah. And one thing for sure is I got to get out. Gary, when are we opening up?
Opening night at the ballpark will be May 3rd. So
7 p.m.
May 3rd.
7 p.m. Yes.
I cannot wait to get out to see the Staten Island Ferry Hawks and make my way over to see Bobby's place and have a brew at the flagship brewery. Thank you very much to all of you for this great conversation.
Thank you, Rob. Very grateful.
Thank you. Wow, what a great group of leaders making a difference in the downtown district of Staten Island. It's so inspiring. And to wrap things up, I'm going to ask my colleague, Mark Bazinski, who heads up strategic partnerships at 1010 Wins, to give us some great news about the upcoming 1010 Wins Small Business 10K Challenge. Mark.
Thank you, Rob. And we thank all of those that are involved in today's panel and also the award recipients of the 1010 Wins Community Leadership Awards. A special shout out also to Linda Barron for taking the co-sponsorship with the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce on today's event. Today's an exciting day for small business. Today we kick off the 1010 Wins Small Business 10K Challenge, sponsored by Dime Community Bank. Over the last 6 years, we've given away and awarded $160,000 to small business, and your small business can be our next winner. As they say, you have to be in it to win it. Don't miss out on the opportunity. If you have a small business of up to 100 employees within the New York metro area, you're eligible to join and sign up. Please go to 1010wins.com/challenge, and you have up until May 8th to apply. Again, you could be our next winner. Go to 1010wins.com/challenge. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. And to our viewers, let me say, get out and explore the downtown district of Staten Island. And one more thing, go Ferry Hawks.